Welcome back. Well, joining us now on Left, Right and Centre tonight is actor Shabana Azmi from Mumbai. Shabana Azmi, your thoughts, today as journalists and civil society activists, people like yourself came out to protest against this horrific killing of Gauri Lankesh. What are the thoughts that ran through your mind when you heard about this murder yesterday night?
I was so horrified. I was so horrified that it really hasn't sunk in even now to actually process what has happened, because she was somebody I knew personally. I knew her father. I had great admiration for her. And we don't believe that these things can actually happen. And when you see that it's happened right there in front of your eyes, and you also see that a pattern has emerged. When you look at the way that Kalburgi or Pansare or Dabolkar were killed, then you see that there is a pattern here. These people are being killed not because they have money, not because somebody is buying their wealth, not because there's a family feud. They are being killed because of their thoughts, because of what they're thinking, because of what they're saying. And what they're saying is the right thing. They're talking for justice. They are talking for sanity. They are talking to raise the standard of debate, and they are being killed for this. This can't happen in my country. I love my country. I'm very proud of it. I've enjoyed the freedom it has given me. And suddenly to actually confront this, that this is actually happening in your lifetime, in front of your eyes, is very, very brutalizing, to say the least.
Shabana Azmi, the fact is, however, we don't actually know who her killers were yet. The police in Karnataka are investigating, and I just want to put this out there that I know many people believe that there is a pattern between her murder and the other rationalists that you named, for instance, Mr. Dabolkar, Mr. Pansare, who were murdered as well. But you're convinced that there is a pattern here, that there is a link here, even though we still have to await what the investigation tells us?
No. I am not apportioning blame to anybody. I am not jumping to any conclusions. That is the work of the police and the administration, to identify the killers and see that the most stringent punishment is meted out to them. But I can reasonably observe. I am only observing, and I am making a statement on the basis of my observation. I am not saying that this or that person has caused the murder, but I am saying that the reasons why these people are being killed emerges like a pattern that you cannot but observe. I am not jumping to any conclusions at all.
Tell me, Shabana Azmi, you knew Gauri Lankesh personally, as you said, and her father as well. Just tell us what it is that you really admired about her. We've heard so much from her colleagues and those who worked with her over the years, and we've known her to have been a very fearless and outspoken journalist. What was it that you admired about her?
Her humanity. Her humanity. She was fearless, but she was compassionate, and she was kind. And there was such a ring of integrity and truth about her. She was not there making postures. She was somebody who spoke from compassion, and that is what appealed to me the most about her.
Do you believe, and this is a continuation from what you said earlier, that we're living in an environment where it is becoming increasingly difficult to express a point of view freely without either being trolled or threatened or abused? Is that what you fear is happening to us? And the question I'm asking tonight is this the India we want to become, Shabana Azmi? What are we turning into?
I have scant regard for trolling. Trolling is not something that bothers me at all. It so clearly is a paid job that some people are doing. You can see that. So trolling is there to try and intimidate you, and I think it's the weakest form of trying to intimidate somebody. It really doesn't bother me in the least bit. But of course, I mean, there are threats. There are threats to women, to brave women, to women journalists, that they will be gang raped and stuff like that, which really is very, very disturbing. But trolls apart, there is a definite attempt to try and silence people, to ask them to duck, to say that it is better not to stir the waters. Another thing that is emerging, which I find very, very disturbing, is that the liberal class is sometimes keeping silent because they have been told that at the moment anything that you say will be used against you and will be used against your, not just you personally, but against the very ideology that you follow. That if you speak a word like secular, it has already become a bad word. So we have to find the kind of language, a new language in which we can speak to people again. You know, I am done with thinking like that. I'm done with thinking like that. I think that any reasons that have been given saying that, you know, we need to let things pass. We cannot let things pass. They will become worse, as we have seen. We have seen that whatever we did with Pansare and Dabholkar and Kalburgi wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Gauri, I think there was something very special about her, and I think that the impunity with which a journalist has been murdered is quite shocking, because it's like as if you have no consideration for how outraged the press will be. It's one of them that the press will stand across all kinds of ideologies to come together and say this mustn't happen to one of us. For any democracy, a free press is a very strong pillar and tenet of that democracy. And if you target a journalist, my God, you've got the might of the entire media against you. Look at the impunity with which you're doing. So I urge everybody, I urge all political parties, now is not the time to score brownie points. I urge civil society, I tell everybody, you know, this is a shame for us, and all of us must stand together and say that we condemn this. This is not the India we want. We love India. It is a beautiful country. Its pluralism is its biggest strength, and we have the wherewithal to accept dissent, because we say that it is a right that our constitution gives
and
us.
as you
so
said,
people should be free to say what they want.
We can't,
if it leads to a law and order
as you said, people can't remain quiet anymore and look the other way. But let me ask you, Shabana Azmi, that, you know, one of the things that we've debated today is why, for instance, at this time when we seem to be so divided and there's so much hate online, and you're not bothered by the trolls, but what do you feel about the Prime Minister's Twitter handle following some handles that peddle hate, that are, you know, out and out communal, that are very, you know, that have even threatened people on Twitter? I mean, should the Prime Minister of India be following such Twitter handles? What is the message that is going out?
Well, this really is something that he needs to answer. He cares for his country, he cares for his people, and he needs to answer why his Twitter handle is following people who are spreading such hate. It's for him to answer.
Absolutely. Well, I don't think we're going to get one very soon.
Nidhi,
Go ahead.
But Nidhi, let me tell you that today when I was at the protest, I didn't feel despondent. I could see the rage, I could see the defiance, I could see that people are not going to take this and not going to let it happen. And I think that this is a rallying point, you know, it's a rallying point where, because of this horrific incident, people will come together, because there is nobody who can defend this criminal act. There is nobody who worth his or her salt can say that, all right, she deserved it. I mean, nothing but the crassiest people. Surely they shouldn't be given the time of day. It's for civil society to stand up and say, this attempt to silence us will not work. I really want to say a sher of my father, Gauri Lankesh, where he said, होठों को सी के देखिए पछताइएगा आप, होठों को सी के देखिए पछताइएगा आप, हंगामे जाग उठते हैं अक्सर घुटन के बाद। तो ये जो घुटन का माहौल हमारे चारों तरफ बनाने की कोशिश की जा रही है, अब हम अपना सीना चीर के कहेंगे हम ये घुटन नहीं बर्दाश्त करेंगे और हम आज़ाद हैं और हम बोलेंगे।
Shabana Azmi, always a pleasure to talk to you, and thank you for being so outspoken on this and so vocal on this. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. That's it on the show this evening. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.